In a world filled with diverse cultures and philosophies, Buddhism stands as a timeless beacon of wisdom and compassion. Its teachings have illuminated paths toward inner peace, guiding countless individuals through the complexities of human existence. Among the profound insights Buddhism offers is a transformative perspective on how to respond when someone hurts us. This is a topic that touches every human life, as pain caused by others is an inevitable part of our shared journey. Yet, within this universal experience lies an opportunity for healing, growth, and enlightenment. When faced with hurt, the natural response might be anger, resentment, or even a desire for revenge. These emotions, while instinctive, often entangle us further in cycles of suffering. Buddhism, however, invites us to transcend these impulses by embracing forgiveness, compassion, and mindfulness. In this exploration, we delve into the spiritual wisdom that Buddhism imparts on responding to hurt. From understanding the nature of suffering to cultivating compassion and embracing the impermanence of life. Each teaching is a stepping stone toward freedom from the burdens of anger and resentment. At the heart of Buddhism lies the recognition of suffering as an intrinsic part of human existence. This foundational concept is encapsulated in the Four Noble Truths, revealed by Siddhartha Gautama, the Buddha. The first truth, known as dukkha, acknowledges that suffering permeates life in various forms, including physical pain, emotional anguish, and the harm caused by others. To truly respond to hurt with wisdom, it is essential first to understand this truth. When someone's actions cause us pain, we are experiencing a facet of dukkha, a shared human condition that binds us all. This understanding is not meant to minimize the pain, but to provide a broader perspective. It reminds us that suffering, whether inflicted or endured, is not unique to us. It is part of the human experience, a thread that connects every being. In this shared recognition lies the seed of compassion, an acknowledgement of our interconnectedness and mutual struggles. Forgiveness is a cornerstone of Buddhism's response to hurt. However, it is crucial to understand that Buddhist forgiveness is not about condoning harmful actions or forgetting the pain they caused. Instead, it is about liberating oneself from the destructive grip of anger and resentment. The Buddha's teaching on forgiveness is succinctly captured in the metaphor. Holding on to anger is like drinking poison and expecting the other person to die. This vivid imagery highlights how clinging to anger harms us more than anyone else. Forgiveness, then, becomes an act of self-compassion. By releasing the hold of anger, we create space for healing and peace within our hearts. This does not mean we must reconcile with those who hurt us or ignore the harm done. It means choosing freedom over bondage, freedom from the corrosive effects of anger on our well-being. Compassion, or karuna, is at the very heart of Buddhist practice. When we cultivate compassion, we extend understanding and kindness not only to others, but also to ourselves. It is through compassion that we begin to see the shared humanity in those who hurt us. This is not to excuse their actions, but to recognize that their behavior often stems from their suffering, confusion, or ignorance. A powerful practice in cultivating compassion is metta, or loving kindness meditation. This meditation involves sending well wishes to oneself, loved ones, acquaintances, and even those who have caused harm. Through metta, the heart softens, and the barriers created by anger and resentment begin to dissolve. One might start by silently reciting phrases like, "May I be happy," "May I be free from suffering," and gradually extend these wishes to include the person who caused pain. Over time, this practice fosters a profound sense of empathy and compassion, transforming how we respond to hurt. Non-attachment, or detachment, is another central tenet of Buddhism that aids in responding to pain. Often, when someone hurts us, we cling to the pain, replaying the events in our minds and holding on to the anger as if it were a part of us. This attachment to pain only magnifies our suffering. Buddhism teaches that by practicing non-attachment, we can let go of these emotional burdens. Non-attachment does not mean indifference. Rather, it is about releasing the power that external events and other people's actions have over our inner state. A striking example of non-attachment can be seen in a story of two monks. While crossing a river, one monk helps a distressed woman by carrying her across. Hours later, the second monk, still upset, chastises him for breaking monastic rules by touching the woman. The first monk responds calmly, "I set her down hours ago. Why are you still carrying her?" This story illustrates how clinging to past events weighs us down, while letting go liberates us. Central to Buddhism's teachings is the concept of impermanence, or anicca. It underscores the transient nature of all things, including our emotional states and the actions of others. When we grasp this truth, we realize that the pain we feel today will not last forever. This perspective can be profoundly liberating, helping us to let go of resentment and move forward. Meditating on impermanence can deepen this understanding. Imagine a painful event as a storm passing through the sky. While the storm may be intense and overwhelming, it is not permanent. It will eventually dissipate, leaving the sky clear once more. Similarly, the hurt we experience is a temporary state, one that we can choose to release instead of allowing it to define us. Understanding karma, the law of cause and effect, further enriches our response to hurt. In Buddhism, karma is not about punishment but about the consequences of actions. When someone harms us, their actions create negative karma for themselves. Our response, however, determines our own karma. If we choose anger or revenge, we perpetuate the cycle of suffering. But by responding with compassion and forgiveness, we create positive karma, influencing not just our lives, but also the broader web of existence. The middle way, a central principle of Buddhism, offers a balanced approach to handling pain. It advises against the extremes of suppressing our emotions or reacting with blind rage. Instead, it encourages acknowledging our pain without allowing it to consume us. The middle way is about finding harmony between self-care and compassion for others. For instance, it might involve setting healthy boundaries while still wishing well for those who have hurt us. Mindfulness, or sati, plays a crucial role in transforming our response to hurt. By practicing mindfulness, we become more aware of our emotions and reactions without judgment. This awareness allows us to pause, reflect, and choose our response consciously rather than reacting impulsively. For example, instead of lashing out in anger when hurt, mindfulness enables us to observe our feelings and understand their root causes. One way to cultivate mindfulness is through breathing exercises. When emotions run high, taking a few deep breaths can help ground us in the present moment, creating a space between the stimulus, the hurtful action, and our response. This space is where wisdom and compassion can emerge. The importance of community and support cannot be overstated in Buddhism. Sangha, or spiritual community, provides a space for shared wisdom and encouragement. When dealing with hurt, engaging with a sangha can offer new perspectives and practical advice. The collective energy of a supportive community can be a powerful force for healing. Ultimately, the path to responding to hurt in Buddhism is one of inner transformation. It is a journey that begins with understanding the nature of suffering and extends through forgiveness, compassion, and mindfulness. Each step on this path not only heals our hearts, but also contributes to a more compassionate and harmonious world. If you find these teachings resonate with your experiences, consider exploring them further and sharing your journey with others. As you continue to reflect on these principles, remember that the power to transform hurt lies within you. If you're inspired by these teachings, I encourage you to subscribe to Buddhism in Modern Life for more insights on how ancient wisdom can guide us in today's challenges. Together, let's cultivate compassion, peace, and understanding in our lives and the world around us. To deepen our understanding, let us now explore how forgiveness transforms not just our inner state, but our external relationships. Imagine a strained bond with a close friend or family member who has caused you pain. These instances are often the hardest to navigate, as the hurt is compounded by the depth of the relationship. In such moments, forgiveness becomes an act of courage, a willingness to prioritize healing over the need to be right. One story that vividly illustrates this is of a monk and his estranged brother. After years of animosity stemming from a past conflict, the monk decided to visit his brother. Instead of accusing or seeking an apology, he simply said, "I have carried this bitterness for too long. Today, I choose to let it go." His brother, moved by the monk's vulnerability, broke into tears and apologized. While not every story may end this way, the act of forgiveness liberates the one who forgives, irrespective of the other's response. Compassion often begins with a shift in perspective. When we view the person who hurt us as someone also struggling with their battles, we open a door to understanding. This does not mean justifying their actions, but recognizing their humanity. Consider the story of a teacher who faced harsh criticism from a colleague. Instead of retaliating, eventually transforming their relationship, mindfulness practices can further enhance this approach. Journaling, for instance, can be a powerful tool for self-reflection. By writing down your feelings, you gain clarity and distance from the intensity of your emotions. A practitioner once shared how she wrote letters to those who had hurt her, not to send but to process her thoughts. This exercise became a ritual of release, helping her let go of resentment and embrace peace. Buddhism also emphasizes the importance of setting boundaries. Forgiveness does not mean tolerating harmful behavior. The middle way encourages a balance between compassion and self-respect. This might mean distancing yourself from those who repeatedly cause harm while holding them in compassionate thoughts. By doing so, you protect your well-being without harboring ill will. Another transformative teaching is the practice of gratitude. When we focus on the blessings in our lives, we create a positive shift in our perspective. A meditation teacher once suggested a gratitude exercise to her students. For every hurtful action they experienced, they were to identify 3 things they were grateful for. This practice, though challenging, gradually reframed their mindset, fostering resilience and joy. As we journey through these practices, it becomes evident that responding to hurt is not a one-time act but a continuous process. It requires patience, self-compassion, and a commitment to growth. Each step, whether it's meditating on impermanence, practicing loving kindness, or seeking support from a community, builds toward a state of inner peace. Remember, this path is not about perfection but progress. Even the Buddha himself acknowledged the challenges of navigating human emotions. What matters is the intention to heal and the effort to embody compassion. By integrating these teachings into our lives, we not only transform our pain but also inspire those around us. Let us now prepare to explore how these practices manifest in daily life, from interactions at work to personal relationships. The journey of healing and transformation is ongoing, and each step brings us closer to a life of peace, wisdom, and fulfillment. The practices of Buddhism, rooted in timeless wisdom, continue to unfold as we explore how they manifest in daily life. Every interaction, every relationship, and every moment becomes an opportunity to embody the teachings of compassion, mindfulness, and forgiveness. In this final section, we turn our focus to the practical applications of these principles, illustrating how they can transform not only our inner world, but also the communities we inhabit. Consider a workplace scenario where conflict arises. Perhaps a colleague unfairly criticizes your contributions or fails to acknowledge your efforts. The immediate reaction might be defensiveness or anger, both of which can escalate the tension. Instead, applying mindfulness creates a space to pause and reflect. By observing the initial surge of emotion without judgment, you gain the clarity to choose a response aligned with your values. This response might involve calmly addressing the issue or letting it go if it serves no constructive purpose. Through this practice, you not only maintain your inner peace, but also foster a more harmonious environment. In personal relationships, the principles of non-attachment and the middle way become invaluable. Imagine a heated argument with a loved one. In such moments, the attachment to being right or the fear of losing the connection can cloud judgment. Buddhism teaches us to approach these situations with a balanced perspective. Non-attachment allows us to release the need to control the outcome, focusing instead on understanding and connection. The middle way guides us to address the conflict without aggression or avoidance, creating a space for resolution and growth. Stories from practitioners often illuminate the transformative power of these teachings. One individual shared how she applied loving kindness meditation to heal her relationship with a distant parent. Each day, she visualized her parents surrounded by warmth and recited wishes for their happiness and well-being. Over time, this practice softened her resentment, enabling her to approach their interactions with renewed compassion. Though the relationship did not change overnight, the shift in her perspective laid the groundwork for gradual healing. The concept of interconnectedness, a cornerstone of Buddhist philosophy, further enriches our interactions. Recognizing that every action has a ripple effect reminds us of our responsibility to act with kindness and integrity. A teacher once recounted an experience with a student who struggled with anger. By modeling patience and understanding, the teacher inspired the student to adopt similar qualities, creating a positive chain reaction within the classroom. Such examples underscore how embodying these principles can inspire change beyond ourselves. Gratitude, often overlooked in the face of adversity, emerges as a powerful tool for resilience. When confronted with challenges, shifting focus to the aspects of life that bring joy and fulfillment can reframe our perspective. A community leader once initiated a practice where members shared daily expressions of gratitude. This collective habit not only strengthened bonds, but also cultivated a culture of positivity and support. Integrating gratitude into our routines allows us to navigate difficulties with a sense of abundance rather than lack. As we engage with these practices, it's essential to acknowledge that the path is not linear. There will be moments of struggle, setbacks, and doubt. Yet, Buddhism reminds us that perseverance and patience are integral to the journey. Each effort, no matter how small, contributes to the cultivation of wisdom and compassion. The teachings of Buddhism also emphasize the importance of sharing what we learn. When we embody the principles of forgiveness, compassion, and mindfulness, we become living examples for others. Whether through direct guidance or subtle influence, our actions inspire those around us to explore their paths to healing and growth. A parent practicing mindfulness might model emotional regulation for their children, planting seeds of awareness that flourish over time. Similarly, a manager embodying compassion can transform the dynamics of their team, fostering a culture of mutual respect and collaboration. Reconciliation, when approached mindfully, holds immense potential for healing. In cases where relationships have been fractured, extending an olive branch with genuine intent can create opportunities for renewal. This process requires vulnerability and courage, but can lead to profound transformations. Even when reconciliation is not possible, finding closure within ourselves through forgiveness and letting go allows us to move forward unburdened. As we conclude this exploration, let us reflect on the journey we have undertaken. From understanding the nature of suffering to embracing impermanence, each principle we've explored is a thread in the tapestry of a compassionate and mindful life. The path is not without its challenges, but it is one of profound rewards, inner peace, strengthened relationships, and a deeper connection to the world around us. If these teachings resonate with you, consider incorporating them into your daily life. Begin with small, consistent steps. Whether it's a moment of mindfulness before responding to conflict, a practice of loving-kindness meditation, or an expression of gratitude. Over time, these practices will weave into the fabric of your being, transforming how you experience and respond to the world. Finally, let this be an invitation to continue exploring the wisdom of Buddhism. Subscribe to Buddhism in Modern Life to join a community dedicated to applying ancient teachings to contemporary challenges. Together, we can cultivate a world of compassion, understanding, and peace. May the lessons we've shared guide you on your journey toward healing and growth, and may you find the strength to respond to hurt with love and wisdom, creating ripples of positivity that extend far beyond yourself.